Hello, welcome back. This is officially my second video. Today's tutorial is on this dark black smoky cut crease eye with a little bit of glitter on top. Super fun, super flattering, and I'm really excited to share it with you guys. I hope you enjoy, so let's get started. Before we get started, I want to show you guys my light situation because I get so many questions on this. What I have is two of these lights from Amazon. There's an octa buddy on each one of them so that it sticks on the mirror, and I'm filming in the dark. There's absolutely no light on in my bathroom. It's just these lights. This is what it looks like with the lights on. It's just a little bit more washed out. I prefer it in the dark. I feel like it just gives you the most beautiful lighting for your videos whenever you do it like this. Your background has to be as dark as possible too, otherwise the lighting just clashes and it doesn't look as good. That's just how I do it, so there's a little cheat sheet for you. Products that I have on right now is this Too Faced lip injection and Merit Beauty Instant Glow Serum. I absolutely love these two. Look how big my lips are. They do not look like this naturally whatsoever. A little bit of Glymed Comfort Cream on. It's just moisturizer. This is Hydro Booster Primer by Makeup Forever. I won't be super detailed with the base because I did go into detail in my last video. If you completely want to skip the base, there's timestamps down below. So I'm filming a look for Morphe Cosmetics. Pat McGrath foundation. I love her. This is actually my second time working with Morphe. It's absolutely unreal because back in 2016, Morphe was literally all over the internet. I was like 19 or 20. I was in university working multiple jobs. I would save up my money to buy Morphe eyeshadow palettes and brushes. It's like this full circle moment to be able to work with brands that I've loved from the very beginning. I would stay up all night doing my makeup and I would take selfies, and the only difference now is that I get to share it with you, and it just makes it that much more special. That's why when I see comments from people saying that they tried a look and it was too hard for them, my response is keep practicing, keep trying, because the first time I picked up any eyeshadow palette was in 2014. In high school, the Naked palette was like the hottest thing. I used to wear the smokiest, darkest eye everywhere I went at 16 years old. It was crazy. I don't want to say that practice makes perfect, but it will get you close enough. For concealer, I bounce around between the Tarte and Hourglass one. Since I used Hourglass in the last one, I'll use the Tarte one for this one. Concealer and contour is definitely my favorite part of makeup because you just see the way that it transforms your facial features. It'll instantly snatch it. Before I bought this Hourglass concealer brush, I was using the Real Techniques one. While that brush is really nice, I have to say that this one is well worth your money. So if you're thinking about it, I think you're really gonna like it. For contour, this is Fenty Beauty in Amber. I'm just going to apply it directly on my skin. I know some people like to pick it up on the brush first and then blend it in, but it's going to be blended anyway, so I'm going to do it this way. So I originally bought this Patrick Top for contour and bronzer, but then Dibs Beauty sent me this brush, and I have to say I like this one a lot. It's just like really soft and it blends very easily. But this one is a lot more harsh. I don't know if it's meant for cream, but I did use cream with it and I did not really like it. I do like it for powder. I like this part for blending out my nose. If you're thinking about this Dibs brush, I have to fully vouch for it. Let's just watch it blend. Time for our eyeshadow palette reveal. There's a whole lot of nudes in here and lots of shimmers. Shall we swatch them? I'm just gonna go in. I'm running out of fingers. I'm gonna have to show you like this because I ran out of fingers. First order of business, we need a base. So I'm gonna use Tarte Concealer as my eyeshadow primer. This is a Morphe M456. I'm going to pick up this color called Lights Off. Don't forget to tap off the excess. Make sure there's no creasing. Following my crease. Just tapping that color into this area. Wipe off as much as I can on a towel before I blend this out. Just trying to blend out the edges. Got a little patchy right here because I was blending for too long. I'm going to reapply a little bit right here and here. This is already blending so nicely, so it needs a little bit more. Using this random blending brush to blend out the edges. The black keeps moving when I blend out the edges, so I'm just going to reapply with whatever's left over on the brush. Okay, do we think it looks even? It's definitely giving raccoon right now, but just wait. It's time to cut our crease. There's really no way for me to explain this step, so I'll just play a time lapse. It definitely does take a little bit of practice for this step, and I still even struggle with it. So just be patient and kind to yourself and keep practicing. This is a Morphe S402, picking up just the tiniest amount of concealer. I'm nervous. Okay, let's just get into it. Wipe the brush on a towel every time I pick up more concealer so that it's as clean as possible. That looks pretty good to me. What do we think? Let me just blend this out one last time. The hard part for me is making sure that both eyes are even, because your eyes are never going to be even. They're not even naturally, so it takes a little bit of practice, takes patience. You got this. Picking up some concealer. Okay, wish me luck. I noticed that this eye is darker right here than this one, so I'm gonna have to carefully fix that. Back to that brush that I used for the black and like carefully applying it on that area. I feel like I need to use a skinnier brush since that area is so small. Found a skinnier blending brush. This is the Morphe S401 for good luck because I'm really nervous. I'm gonna pick up the tiniest amount of black. I'm gonna wipe some off on a towel. Let's get to fixing. I feel like a fan brush like this would have been perfect, but I don't have one, so I'm just gonna hold it like that. Go right outside of the crease line. I'm really freaking out on the inside. Okay, she's definitely darker now, which is great. Is it darker? I'm gonna repeat that process one more time. I really want to be sure we got it. And I think when we recut the crease, it'll create a really nice contrast. This is like doing surgery on your face. Go back to that previous first blending brush and blend this out. Wow, I think we did it. It might not be perfect, but that's fine. I'm going to re-outline that crease. Try to make sure it's as even as possible. I see that this part is a little higher than this part. My eyes are not the same. I would like for them to be as similar as possible. So I'm going to lift this cut crease a little bit and wish me luck. Let's wipe our little brush off on a towel so it's as clean as possible. I hope you guys are praying for me because I need it. When you're doing this, make the tiniest little strokes to make small little adjustments to your cut crease. I actually did this look on a TikTok maybe in 2022, or I think it was 2021. That was before I started doing makeup. Everyone was asking for the makeup tutorial, but I failed to deliver, so I'm happy to finally do that 3 years later. Okay, to set the concealer, I'm gonna try this Morphe M167 first. And go into this white color right here. Blend this out so there aren't any creases on your eyelid. Lightly tap this white in. Before I go back into the white, I'm just going to wipe this off on a towel so that the white color doesn't turn dark. Getting as close as possible to the edge. Time for the other side. Let's blend. And lightly press the white into the crease. You just always have to trust the process with these sorts of things. Back to our lovely blending brush that we used for the black. And with no extra product on the brush, I'm going to darken these corners right here. I picked up a little bit of white and I'm just going to go back over this area. Okay, now for the glitter, I'm just going to pick up a little bit with my finger. I want this to be sheer and as pigmentless as possible, so I'm just going to apply some on the back of my hand before tapping it onto my eyelid. This is so pretty. I'm going to use this e.l.f. eyeshadow brush and just get into places where I feel like my finger couldn't reach. I'm actually so excited because this is really sparkly. I'm checking to see if there's any fallout and I don't see any. To apply just the tiniest amount of concealer under my eyes again. Just a very tiny amount. Blend this area out. It's like to draw a line like that. Wipe this on a towel just in case I got black eyeshadow on it. With dark eyes like this, I like to complement it with a really bright under eye, so that's what we're going for right now. Fixing my nose contour, going to my foundation brush and fixing this area. A little bit more contour since I added a lot of concealer. And let's blend that out. Time for blush. This is Simi Haze Red Moon. Just goes all over my cheeks. I realized that I got some concealer on the black right here and it's like really bothering me, so I'm gonna go back to this blending brush and go over the concealer. If you want more details on the base, then go to my previous video. Fitting my eyes with Pat McGrath. I like going in with pressed powder and then loose powder to set my face. This Huda Beauty Cherry Blossom smells so good. I also really like baking. It's super satisfying. Literally smells like heaven. Really define this line right here. Now that I look all crazy, I'm going to dust this off. Petra Top bronzer and She Sculpted. Back to our lovely blush. I love blush. Sometimes I feel like I look crazy because I put so much on. Little nose moment. Back to the eyes and this S401 brush. Pick up a little bit of black and tap off the excess. Lightly blend under your eyes. Repeat on the other side, barely applying any pressure. You want these corners to meet. Use whatever's left over and just deepen this outer corner area. For my eyeliner, I'm going to use this S501. It's a flat definer brush. Pick up some black and tap off the excess. I'm going to start with the inner corner wing first. Extend it out just a little bit. Move it on to this side. Now let's draw on these wings. Darken this area right here. We're repeating the stressful steps on this side. And for mascara, I'm using YSL Lash Clash. Definitely my favorite mascara that I've used so far. It adds a lot of volume. I just put on one lash. This is Houston by Lilly Lashes. It is discontinued, but someone said that Huda Beauty has something very similar. And I cut like a teeny tiny little strip this big. What they look like, and that's like how tiny I cut the strip, and cut the inner corner of the lash and use it right at the end of my eye. I learned very quickly that YouTube is not for the weak. Not at all. My first video took me 12 hours to film and edit. 12 hours. Little tear right here. I take this little clampy tool and clamp them together. I almost forgot, but I'm going to add white eyeliner right here. It's just going to make my eyes pop and look bigger. I'm using the Shiseido micro liner ink. I really like this. It's really creamy and it just applies very smooth without any hassle. And do this step before bottom mascara, otherwise the white eyeliner gets on top of the mascara and it doesn't look as clean. Masha, do you want to be on YouTube? Let's do a cat video. This is my baby Masha. Some terrible person threw her out of a moving car and yelled, "Don't save the kitty." My best friend watched it happen and she called me immediately. I drove in traffic to pick her up. This was 8 years ago and she's been my child ever since. Best day of my life, honestly. If you want really big doll-like eyes, Lumify drops, but don't use them often. Only use them for special occasions because I don't think it's healthy for your eyes since it does constrict the blood vessels. And do this before you start your makeup so that you don't make a mess, but I always forget, so I'm kind of used to doing it at the very end. I'll link them below. Don't buy them on Amazon. I don't like buying stuff like this on Amazon just in case the product is fake or tampered with. Sometimes Costco will have a pack of 2 of these for significantly cheaper. It's a better deal when you buy it at Costco. Maybe you can split it with a friend. And please, please do not use this on a daily basis, only for special occasions. I really don't think it's healthy for your eyes. Do you see a difference yet? They're like super white now. I really always do this, but I want more blush. I feel really washed out. Drawing on my beauty marks with Urban Decay Demolition. I want a nude lip, so I'm going to use Huda Beauty Pinky Brown and sharpen it slightly. I think that was good. I barely sharpened it. Concealer on the lips. Just acts like a base so that it picks up the color better. I'm sorry guys, I stopped so I can do my bottom mascara. I usually save this for the very end, but it was bothering me. Feeling better now. Wow, this really does not budge. I like this formula. Charlotte Tilbury KKW. It's a very, very pretty nude color. Remember when I pointed out that the lighting in the video would look better if this background was darker? Well, it's nighttime now, and you see the difference compared to the beginning of the video. I just wanted to point that out because I know a lot of people struggle with lighting, and I want you to nail it. Clean up around my lips now. Really impressed by the Huda Beauty lip liner formulas. Oh, and her glosses are super glossy, super shiny. I love that. The nude lips are done. I think they're such a pretty color together. Now I want to top it off with some glitter. When you do this step, you have to use a new finger each time you apply on your lips, otherwise the lipstick ends up covering the sparkles. Cover your eyes when you do setting spray, otherwise the eyeshadow is going to start creasing and moving around. Then I like to go in with the one size. It adds like a really nice matte touch. This one I don't need to cover my eyes. It doesn't really move the eyeshadow around. Let me go fix my hair. Now I'm in slightly more dim lighting. I'm going to show you guys on the camera like this too. Just really love this look. Link all the products down below, and if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and like. And as always, thank you so much for watching.